If you're new here, I'm the Classic Farmer, and this week I need your help with a few things. So as you can see, I don't know if this is actually the original carriage for this matbro 40D or not, but it's what's on it. And someone has either butchered the pins and cones off, or it's not the original one and someone sort of made a forklift carriage fit the matbro. I don't know, but anyway, I need a way of getting some attachments onto this, and I've had a thought. So the 390 has a loader on it. If I can make an adapter to go from this to the 390's fittings, it'll mean I can use all the attachments we already have. Here's where I need your help, figuring out what headstock is on this. So as you can see, it looks very much like a Euro headstock, but it's not, because Euro headstock, the locking pins would be further in, and these ones are out in line with the hooks. So I don't know if it's an older type Euro headstock or what. It's a Massey, it's an 815 Massey loader. It's a unique Massey headstock. Anybody in the know, try and help me out, figure out what models had these headstocks, so I can try and find one second hand somewhere to get that matbro into use with this bucket and the forks and other bits and pieces we have about. So we're starting to make a bit of progress in tidying the farmyard. As you can see, the discs and the power harrow have left here. The turbo tiller has also left there, and they've made their way into a slightly cleaner, more appropriate home. I've got this little bit here cleaned up, put my pallet racking up the top there, my concrete making stuff sitting up in it, discs in the back, turbo tiller, power harrow. That's done. Now I need to get this half done and tidy that up so that I can put some more pallet racking up the back and get maybe, I don't know, we'll probably put that little tedder there and below the pallet racking and some other stuff, bits and pieces. But anyway, that'll tidy that up and we'll be moving on. Every little bit helps towards getting this yard nicely tidied up. So another thing I'm looking for, I need a set of tyres for the case. As you can see here, there's very little meat left on those. So I need a set of 12.4 24s, which seem to be like gold dust. Everyone has 13.6s that the 390s use. Nobody has 12.4s used. If anybody anywhere around Northern Ireland has a set of 12.4 24 tyres used with a little bit of grip on them, sort of 30-40%, enough to get me through this year to the end of the year where I can afford a full new set of tyres for this, I'd be grateful if you could let me know. Now, while we're on the subject of the case and it needing tyres, it does need needs a couple of shaft seals in the front axle. That's not the end of the world. They'll be easy to do. What I've got questions on is in here. So as you can see, we've got a lovely pool of oil on the floor. It seems to be coming from the steering. I'm scared to take the dash off to look, because I don't know what's waiting for me in here. It's a slow leak that's got worse over the past, I'm going to say 18 months to 2 years. Has anybody done a steering orbital on one of these? Can you get them reconditioned? Are they hard to do? Can you get a repair kit and do it yourself? I'm really interested to know. Anyone that's got a case 42 series, that steering orbital and this leak, because now I'm losing brake. I have to bleed the brakes because it's letting air into the hydraulic system every couple of days. It's getting to the point where I can't put it off any longer. But if anyone's done one or got any advice, let me know. I need your help with this as well. So I'm bagging up what crop corn I have left. As you can see, fire's getting pretty small. We're just shoveling it in with a shovel into the auger here, sending it up into the bags, and it makes it a bit easier for me to move about the shed then, handier for storage, and it'll be easier to take over to the crusher when the time comes. Good old Navy shovel, still has a place yet. Some of you might remember, back in the autumn time, we bought some chickens. We haven't really heard much about them since, so how have they been getting on? Well, they're still here, they're all still alive, and they're making these things. And I didn't realise just how nice fresh eggs were compared to shop bought eggs. I cannot describe the difference in getting a fresh egg from your own chicken compared to an egg you buy in the shop. Don't know what the difference is, don't know why they're that way, but if you haven't got chickens and you live on a farm, they're well worth buying just to have your own eggs. Now, as for the tidying inside the shed, well, I've got all the oats bagged up, so that's something. As much as I hated shoveling them all in. The corner that the oats were in is now filled with pallets because I'm putting pallet racking all along this back wall. That's the first bay of it starting to go in. That will hold my pallets of things like spud boxes, pallets of wood that I use for making bins, potato skips, bits and pieces of stuff that I want to store that take up an awful lot of space sitting flat on the floor are now going to go vertical. And that'll give me a little bit more space in here to work on the tractors. So hopefully this time next week I'll at least have one bay finished and filled, maybe two bays finished and filled, and enough space in here to get the 390 and start working on it. So that brings me to another question that someone might be able to help me with. How does the rev counter work in a 390? Is it mechanical or electric? Because, there's the rev counter in this one. It's never worked from this tractor came. Nobody's ever bothered to look at it, but seeing as this is coming in to get a bit of work done, I might as well put it on the to-do list. If you know any sort of normal things that go wrong with the rev counters that are easy fixed, let me know. Might be another little thing I'll get finished off. Now, of course, we can't forget the fellas. How are they doing this week? Well, they're doing good. There's been the friendliest cab ever is over to get his head scratched. The weather swung dramatically. We went from -6 to +15 in the matter of 24 hours, I would say. There doesn't seem to be any coughs or ill effects. That was about 4 or 5 days ago that happened. Yes. And so far so good. Everybody seems to be hanging it out. No signs of any coughs or pneumonia or anything bad coming of the temperature swings. I think they're a little bit hungry, so I'll go and give them some food. So, what are the fellas getting to eat? Well, they're getting a mix for their concentrates of Whelan Crunch and crushed barley, and then for their roughage they're getting hay in the morning and either haylage or silage at night, mostly small bales of haylage because they made a lot. So they're getting a square bale of hay in the morning, a big square bale of haylage at night, and then they're getting this mix of stuff, which is just the Whelan Crunch food that you buy in the co-op, mixed in with the crushed barley. They're going to be going on to crushed oats and crushed maize just as soon as I get in as far as the crusher, but for now, that's what these fellas are getting to eat. Well, if you liked the video, don't forget to like the video, and if you've got an answer to any of my questions or things that I need help with, let me know down in the comments. I especially really want to know what type of headstock is on that Massey loader and those tyres. I really need to find tyres. There's a few auctions coming up, so you never know what will be in it, but that size just seems to be really, really hard to get. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next week.